This is part 2 of video number 25. In this video, we'll look at the three subtopics of module 4. We'll look at the definition purpose in the form of question and answers, the traditional definition, its rules and fallacies, and modern definition, its kinds and method and purpose. So we are doing this in a question answer format as well as true and false. So to get a better grasp of our understanding of what we have learned. Welcome back. Let's start the video. Question 1. What is the primary purpose of a definition in logic? The primary purpose of a definition in logic is to clarify the meaning of a term or concept, providing a precise and unambiguous understanding of its essence. Definitions serve to avoid confusion and ensure that discussions or arguments are based on clearly understood terms. Example: the definition of justice ensures that people involved in a legal discussion understand exactly what concept they are referring to. Question 2. Name and explain one rule for a good definition. One important rule for a good definition is clarity. The definition should be clear and understandable without any ambiguity, so that the term being defined can be easily interpreted. Example: a cat is a small domesticated carnivorous mammal is a clear definition because it gives a specific characteristic of the animal. Clarity is the one important rule for a good definition. Question 3. What does it mean for a definition to be non-circular? A definition is non-circular when it does not use the term being defined in its own definition. A circular definition makes the meaning of the term dependent on itself, which leads to confusion. Example: a circular definition would be a dog is a four-legged animal that is a dog. This is wrong because the term dog is used in the definition itself. What is the fallacy of ambiguity in definitions? The fallacy of ambiguity occurs when a definition is vague or unclear, leading to multiple interpretations of the term. So ambiguity means vague or unclear, which leads to multiple interpretations of the term. This can cause confusion and misunderstanding. Example: a good leader is someone who motivates others. The word motivates is ambiguous and can be understood in various ways. So it's not a good definition of a leader or a good leader. Question 5. How does excessive generalization leads to a faulty definition? Excessive generalization leads to a faulty definition when it is too broad and includes things that do not fit the intended concept. A definition should be specific enough to accurately describe the term. Example: a fruit is something that grows on a tree. This is too broad because it excludes fruits like berries that grow on bushes, not on trees. What is the fallacy of too narrow a definition? A definition is too narrow when it excludes important examples or instances of the term being defined, making it unreasonably restrictive. For example, a bird is a creature that flies. This definition excludes flightless birds like ostriches and penguins, which are still birds. What does a definitional fallacy refer to? A definitional fallacy occurs when a definition misrepresents or distorts the concept it is supposed to define, leading to a misunderstanding or misinterpretation of the term. Example: a marriage is the union of a man and a woman for the purpose of procreation. This definition excludes same-sex couples, which could be seen as a misrepresentation of the concept of marriage in some contexts. What is equivocation in definitions? Equivocation occurs when a word is used in different senses within the same argument or definition, causing confusion. Example: a bank is a financial institution that stores money. A bank is also a place to store fishing rods. The word bank is used in two different senses, leading to confusion. Modern definitions, kinds, method, and purpose. Question answers. What is the purpose of a stipulative definition? The purpose of a stipulative definition is to assign a specific meaning to a term for a particular context or discussion without regard to its common usage. For example, let the term cyber refer specifically to virtual environments on the internet is a stipulative definition for use in a digital law discussion. What is a lexical definition? Lexical definition provides a commonly accepted meaning of a term as it is used in everyday language. It reflects the general understanding of the word. For example, a tree is a perennial plant with an elongated stem. This is a lexical definition as it explains the common accepted meaning of the term tree. How is precising definition different from a lexical definition? A precising definition narrows the meaning of a term to make it more specific and precise for a particular context, while a lexical definition reflects the general everyday usage of the term. For example, a lexical definition of a child might be a young person, so it is narrowing down. It is kind of reflects the general everyday usage of the term. Whereas a precising definition of a child includes, in legal context, might be a person under the age of 18 years. What is the purpose of operational definition? The purpose of an operational definition is to define a term in terms of specific procedures, operations, or measurements that can be observed or tested. Temperature is measured by the degree on a thermometer is an operational definition as it specifies how to measure temperature. What does theoretical definition mean in modern logic? A theoretical definition explains a term based on specific theoretical framework or model often used in science or philosophy. For example, a planet is a celestial body that orbits a star, is spherical due to its gravity, and has cleared its orbit of debris, is a theoretical definition in astronomy. What does ostensive definition involve? An ostensive definition defines a term by pointing to examples or instances that illustrate the concept. Example, pointing to a dog and saying this is a dog is an ostensive definition of the term dog. How do modern methods of definition differ from traditional methods? Modern methods of definition often emphasize clarity, precision, and practical application. They use more specialized approaches like stipulative, operational, and theoretical definitions, while traditional methods tend to focus more on classical logical structures like genus and differentia. Example, a traditional definition of triangle might be a figure with three sides, while a modern operational definition might describe it as a polygon with three sides whose angles sum to 180 degree. What is the purpose of negative definitions? Negative definitions describe what a concept is not rather than what it is. While less common, they can be useful in distinguishing between similar concepts. For example, a dog is not a cat is a negative definition that helps distinguish the concept of a dog from a cat. How is definition by genus and differentia applied? Definition by genus and differentia is a method of definition where a broader category, that is genus, is identified and the specific features, differentia, that sets the term apart from other members of that category is explained. Example, a triangle is a polygon, which is a genus, it's a class, broader category, with three sides, it's a differentia, because it sets the term apart from other members of that category. What is the purpose of a modern definition in academic or legal context? In academics or legal context, modern definitions aim to provide precise, clear, and unambiguous meanings to ensure effective communication and avoid misinterpretations, especially in specialized fields. In law, for example, a modern definition of evidence would precisely state what qualifies as legal evidence to prevent confusion in legal proceedings. Question 19. How do stipulative and lexical definitions differ in their use? Stipulative definition introduces new meanings for terms or provides specific meanings in a particular context, while lexical definitions reflect the commonly accepted meaning of terms in everyday language. Example: smartphone could have a stipulative definition as a mobile device that can run third party applications, while its lexical definition would be a portable telephone with advanced computing capabilities. Why are precising definitions important in legal context? Precising definitions are important in legal context because they provide the exact meaning of terms for specific legal scenarios, ensuring clarity and preventing ambiguities in laws or contracts. Example: in a legal contract, employee may be precisely defined as an individual who works under a written employment agreement for more than 30 hours per week. Let's do true and false. A good definition should be clear, precise, without any ambiguity. True. Circular definitions are acceptable as long as they are clear. False. A definition that is too general can still be useful if it provides some insights into the concept. False. A fallacy of ambiguity, vagueness, not clear, occurs when a definition is vague or can be interpreted in multiple ways. True. A fallacy of ambiguity occurs when a definition is vague. A definition should always exclude any exceptions to avoid confusion. True. A definition should always exclude it should include any exceptions to avoid confusion. A definition that involves using the term being defined in the definition is called a circular definition. Correct. True. A definition that includes too many specific details can cause confusion or misinterpretation. Too many. True. The fallacy of equivocation occurs when the same word is used in different senses within the same argument. Fallacy of equivocation occurs when the same word is used in different senses within the same argument. True. Definitions should never be too narrow as they risk excluding important examples of the terms. Correct. True. A definition by negation is useful for clarifying the meaning of a term by saying what it is not. A definition by negation is useful for clarifying the meaning of a term by saying what it is not. True. A stipulative definition assigns a meaning to a term that is universally accepted by all speakers of the language. A stipulative definition basically points to an object and says that this is a dog. So this is false. A lexical definition provides a specific meaning of a term used in particular contexts. No, this is also false because lexical definition is used in everyday language, common everyday language. Precising definitions are meant to eliminate ambiguity and make a term more specific. Yes, to make it more specific, we use precising definitions. An operational definition explains a term based on its observable properties and the procedures used to measure it. Yes, true. Theoretical definitions are used to explain concepts based on specific theoretical frameworks, particularly in fields like philosophy and science. True. An ostensive definition defines a term by pointing to specific examples or instances that exemplify the concept. Let's check the answer. True. So, okay. So, whenever the definition is by pointing to a specific example or instance, that is ostensive. Okay. A negative definition explains a concept by saying what it is not. True. A stipulative definition is used when the term has an established, commonly accepted meaning. Stipulative definition. False. So, what is a stipulative definition? We'll have to check again. So, this I can mark. Okay. A lexical definition. So, we can check. This is question number 18. Stipulative definition introduces new meaning for terms or provides specific meanings in a particular context, while lexical definition reflects the commonly accepted meaning of terms in everyday language. Introduces new meanings, stipulate new meanings for terms or provide specific meanings. A lexical definition reflects the commonly accepted or dictionary meaning of a term. True. Precising definitions are used in legal context to make vague terms more specific and clear. True. An operational definition allows for precise measurement of a concept based on specific procedures. True. Theoretical definitions link terms to specific ideas within a theoretical framework, such as in quantum mechanics or ethics. True. In modern logic, definitions are designed to be highly flexible and subject to change over time. True. In modern logic, definitions are designed to be highly flexible and subject to change over time. This has to be checked. The definition by genus et differentia. It's not and, it's involves identifying a broader category, correct, genus that is, and then specifying the distinguishing features of the term, that is differentia. This is true. Modern definitions are often created to simplify complex ideas for general audiences. False. Okay. In modern logic, definitions often aim to prevent misunderstanding and ensure clarity in specialized fields. This should be true. A definition by example explains a term by providing specific instances or cases that represent the term. Let's check the answer. It's true. Definition by example explains a term by providing specific instances. Okay, example, instances or cases, correct. Stipulative definition, we just saw what a stipulative definition is, are often used in scientific research to introduce new terms or concepts. Right, true. A theoretical definition would be most useful when explaining common everyday terms. Let's check the answer. It's false. It was lexical definition. True or false? A definition by negation works by describing a concept through its opposite. Yes, correct. Or what it does not include. Correct. True. Operational definitions are unnecessary in legal and scientific contexts where precision is critical. False. The primary purpose of modern definitions is to ensure effective communication and reduce ambiguity in academic discussions. True. Lexical definitions are primarily used to introduce new terms or redefine existing terms in a specific context. False. So, we will have to go through each of these different types of definitions once again to make the concept clear. I think a lot of memorization also will be required to understand what each definition does, or rather, what is the term used for each different type of definitions and what it does. So definitely some kind of memorization is required here. A theoretical definition provides a detailed explanation of a concept within a specified field of knowledge or theory. True. Stipulative definitions cannot be changed once established as they are rigid and final. False. A precising definition aims to add more clarity and precision to a term in a specific context after narrowing its application. True. A fallacy of excessive generalization in a definition can make a term too vague, failing to include important distinctions. True. A circular definition can be useful in cases where the concept being defined is well known and universally understood. False. The main difference between a stipulative definition and a lexical definition is that a stipulative definition creates a new meaning while a lexical definition explains the term's common meaning. Correct. True. The fallacy of ambiguity often arises in legal and philosophical context when definitions are too general or unclear. Correct. True. A good definition should always exclude all exceptions and complexities to avoid confusion. I think it should include all exceptions and complexities. Let's check the answer. False. Correct. It should include, not exclude. Modern definitions help in academic discussions by making complex concepts clearer and more accessible. True. A theoretical definition can be useful for defining concepts in fields like ethics and politics where abstract ideas are common. True. An operational definition allows for a measurable or observable aspect of a concept, especially important in scientific research. True. The use of genus and differentia in definitions can provide systematic clarity, especially in philosophy and logic. I suppose it's true. Definitions by example are generally used when explaining abstract or complex concepts. True. Definition by example. Okay, we'll have to understand this. Negative definitions can often provide useful distinctions when trying to define a term in contrast to others. Yes, true. In modern logic, definitions are primarily aimed at being flexible to accommodate evolving use of language. I suppose it's true. False. Stipulative definitions are frequently used in technical or academic context to create precise terms that facilitate clear communication. Stipulative definitions are frequently used in technical or academic context to create precise terms that facilitate clear communication. I think it's false. Oh, it's true. So again, I need to brush up on my different definitions. A definition that does not distinguish between two concepts can be misleading and cause confusion. True. So this completes our part 2 of the module 4, subtopics, definition, traditional definition, modern definition, and its type and fallacies. Thank you very much once again for being there till the end. Best of luck for your exams. Stay good. Take care. Bye bye.